Here I am forge welding a loop on the end of this poker, which I plan to use in the forge, just kind of shifting things around in the fire and moving on the bricks that stand in front of the forge. Forge welding is a process where you get two pieces of steel up to almost at the melting temperature, then whack them together to break the surface tension, and it makes a very strong mechanical bond between the two pieces, as if they're one piece. This weld took mostly, except for the fact that it got very thin, then started to melt in the fire, so I just broke it off and started a new loop. Not forge welded, that would be much stronger. To make this new loop, I have to put a taper on the end of the bar. This taper will allow the loop to be aesthetically pleasing, but also to curl better, because if it was all the same thickness, the curl would likely be uneven and very difficult to form. And I dropped it, because hot iron and cold iron look just the same. The little cardboard template you see me putting in the pocket there is a pattern for a knife that I was making. At the same time I was making this poker, but I didn't want to have too many irons in the fire for this video, so I decided to cut all the clips of that out. One question that people often ask me is, do you watch Forged in Fire? And my answer to that is always, yes, I've seen it, but I would much rather do the actual blacksmithing than watch other people do it. That being said, I do have great respect for the people on that show, just because of the sheer artistry and skill you required to operate under those circumstances. And this is just drawing out the piece some more. The piece of steel I'm using is a piece of scrap steel that I had found laying around, and I just decided to make a poker out of it because I needed one. And I'm starting to form the loop. You have to sink the base of the loop down in the opposite direction from the curl, otherwise you'll have an off-center loop. And it did take multiple heats to get the loop just right, because making a perfect circle is quite difficult when your steel is several thousand degrees and likes to move in all directions when you whack it. And here I'm using a pair of tongs just to true everything up. A few more light blows to straighten everything out, and the end should be done. Oh, and I dropped it again. Rubbing oil on a piece seasons the metal much in the way you'd season a cast iron pan, except I kind of stole that vegetable oil from the kitchen. Sorry, Mom! And here we go. Here's the finished product.